And welcome back to WENY News at Noon. We have a special guest in studio, Jessica Janowsky. You're an educator with the Elmira City School District,
Yes.
and you have taken an important classroom lesson that you've been working with for a couple of years now, and now you've turned that into making yourself a published children's author.
Yes.
So we're so excited to have you here today, and we want to learn more about the book and when you can get a copy for yourself. But first, we want to hear more about the lesson that inspired the book.
Thank you so much, Renata. Well, the lesson was I had some students, this was a few years ago, that were having trouble letting things go that had happened months and months and months past. And at that time, I was teaching yoga and mindfulness, or doing a pilot study for social emotional learning. And every time they came to see me, came into my space to work on, being mindful, they would bring up these issues that kept happening months, or rather happening months in advance. And I was like, you guys, we need to let this go. We need to let this go. So I decided they really needed some lessons on forgiveness and working together. So I wrote this book really for them, and I read it to them. They had to create their own mental images. There were no illustrations at that time. And then we did some mindfulness lessons from it, about how to forgive and why it's important to forgive, why it's important to work together, that everybody has something to contribute and we're stronger together as a team. And then a couple summers ago, when there was all the racial hate going and all the mean things happening in the country, I thought, I think my book kind of addresses this, and we, as a country, we need these lessons. So I sent it into a publisher to see if they would accept it, and they did. So here we are.
And so give us a quick overview of the premise of the book.
So because I wrote it for kids initially, and I didn't want any student to feel like they were being attacked, or that I didn't want them to feel like I was pointing out them individually, I wrote it about communities. So two communities, both communities think they're more important than the other, and they just start saying mean things to each other, because you know how it can be when people think they're more important than somebody else. So the members of the communities decide to follow their leaders, and they all decide they're not going to have anything to do with each other. Well, the earth is tired of the bickering and the arguing, so she builds herself up into a mountain so that they have to be peaceful, because they can't get to each other anymore. After decades of them being isolated from each other, they recognize that their resources are drained. They actually need each other, because both communities offer something different. And when they share their resources, then they're both able to thrive. So that's kind of what the book is about.
And now you have it must feel so good to have a physical copy here in your hands, and you're actually holding a book signing on Saturday. So let's hear about that.
Saturday at Barnes & Noble in Horseheads, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll be back in the children's area for the book signing, and if there's not too many people, we'll do a read aloud, a story time. We would love to see all of my friends and family and colleagues and the kids that I work with. It would be amazing.
Oh, great. And we're going to put all of that information on our website, WENY.com. Jessica, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
On turning such an important idea into this children's book, and it's also beautifully illustrated.
Yes.
So I am just so happy for you, and congratulations and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time here.
Absolutely. Well, still ahead on WENY News at Noon, Jane King is at the NASDAQ with your business news making headlines this afternoon. We'll be right back. You're watching WENY.